Right, hey guys, how we doing? Back with another video from Ham on Beat, and we are checking out every music reference in JoJo's Phantom Blood. So yeah, it seems like he's gone through all of them again, but in more in depth, like I mentioned last time. And yeah, I think this is cool. I think this is boss. Let's get right into this.
She's up there! Ham on the beat!
This will be the second in my new series of videos going in-depth on JoJo's music references.
Say that!
As you probably know, I previously made a series of videos showcasing these references with the songs. However, due to copyright over the years, the videos have become progressively shorter,
Yeah, I could imagine it was very difficult to do it with just the songs.
making them far less interesting to watch. However, I think now is a great opportunity to take a much deeper look at the references, show off some of the smaller details, and patch up any I've happened to have missed along the way. This time we'll be focusing on the second part, Battle Tendency.
Hell yeah!
I think this part is unique in that it has maybe the least amount of music references across the series.
Oh, right,
And for
okay.
many of them, there isn't as much to talk about as in the first part. However, I do have some extra things to share that deal with references made by the anime. Before that though, let's not waste any more time and get right to the main references. Our first reference comes with the introduction of Joseph's friend Smokey Brown. Most likely his name is a combination of the musicians Smokey Robinson and James Brown.
Oh, okay,
We don't
yeah.
know this one for sure, but Araki seems to know a lot about
Run away,
James Brown due to
Smokey!
repeated references to him made in Part 7.
Right.
Next is Donovan, the Nazi soldier Joseph briefly battled in the Mexico desert. He's likely based on the Scottish musician Donovan. Santana, the
Never
first
heard of
Pillar
him.
Man encountered in the
Obviously,
story, is
Carlos
named after the
Santana.
band Santana, and of course its lead guitarist, Carlos Santana.
Hell yeah.
The rest of the Pillar Men are similarly based on bands. Wamu is based on the English
Wham?
pop duo Wham!
Yeah, class.
SEDC is based on the band
AC/DC.
AC/DC,
Yeah,
one of
yeah.
Araki's most referenced bands. Cars is based on the American
Is it the song? Cars, damn it. I can't remember who sang it though.
band, The Cars.
Oh,
Lisa Lisa is
Oh.
based on the American singer of the same name, who was the lead in the freestyle music group Lisa Lisa and Cult Jam.
oh, I thought her name was based off of the song. Lisa, Lisa, sad Lisa, Lisa. But I can't remember who sang it.
Air Suplena Island, which is where Joseph and Caesar trained under Lisa Lisa, is a reference to the Australian band Air Supply.
Oh, okay.
Loggins and Messina are based on the musicians
I can't remember Loggins' first name.
Kenny Loggins
There
and
you
Jim
go.
Messina, who Araki seems to have referenced before in Part 1. Susie Q is an interesting one since she's something of a double reference. First of all, Susie Q is the name of a song by Dale Hawkins from 1957 and famously covered by Creedence Clearwater Revival in 1968.
Oh, okay.
However, if we take a look at the JoJo 6251 art book, Susie's full name is listed as Susie Quattro, the name of a different singer, making her a reference to both.
Oh.
Susie is also given this name in the JoJo OVA timeline, which was a recap of the first two parts that was included with the Stardust Crusaders OVAs.
Huh.
The Red Stone of Aja is named after Aja, a song and album by the band Steely Dan, who Araki would go on to reference
cool.
many times. In the scene when Joseph is saved from falling into the ravine, his line, "Nice, nice, very nice," may be a reference to the song of the same name by the band Ambrosia. Here's one that's a little bit more specific. Araki's style in these early parts is heavily influenced by the art of the Puerto Rican fashion illustrator Antonio Lopez, and he can be seen making repeated homages to
Oh.
the designs and
Ain't that cool? I like it's not a music reference, but still, this is pretty cool.
poses of his art. The makeup and facial structure of this
Wow.
illustration of Caesar seems to be based on this illustration from the art book Antonio's People, depicting the musician Billy
me.
Idol.
Cool.
The vampire character Wired Beck, who Joseph and Lisa Lisa briefly encounter in the abandoned hotel, is a reference to the musician Jeff Beck and his
Oh, cool. Wired. And it's called What? Right.
album Wired. Here's a couple more art-related ones. In the chapter describing the backstory of Cars, the backgrounds are based on illustrations by Roger Dean, who is known for working on the album covers of Yes and Asia. This first one is based on a piece called Views
Wow,
from
yeah,
1975.
That is very similar. That is very similar.
The second is based on the alternate cover for the album Yesterdays by
That's cool.
Yes. In the final moments of the story, Joseph is seen listening to a cassette tape of the Beatles on his Walkman. Now for the extra references we could see in the anime. These actually come from the OST. First with the name of the tracks Elephant Talk 1 and 2. These are a reference to the song Elephant Talk from the album Discipline by King Crimson.
Oh, so King Crimson's a band. Oh, wow.
Next in Welcome to the World, in the
That's probably been mentioned already, but I'm just an idiot that forgets stuff.
beginning you can hear the song sample the guitar intro of Owner of a Lonely Heart by Yes.
Oh.
Speaking of Yes, as you're surely already aware, parts 1 and 2 of the anime use the song Roundabout by Yes as
Like
their
that.
credits theme. That's all the
And the last episode of Part 6. Spoilers.
music references we have to cover today. I think I can pretty confidently say that for this series, this is going to be the shortest of the videos.
Yeah.
I think the main reason for that just comes down to the amount of returning characters from Part 1, like Speedwagon and Arena,
Yeah, they've
as well
already
as the
been-
Zeppeli name returning for Caesar.
That's true, actually. Yeah, like, they've all been referenced before, so it doesn't really make sense to, like, reference them again.
Essentially leaving out some spaces for new references. Regardless, I did actually cover some things I hadn't before, like those
Yeah, the art references were sick. That was cool. That was really interesting to see. I like that, like, the influence wasn't just music. There's, like, inspired art as well. It's cool.
anime OST references and the art ones. Next time, however, we definitely won't be short on time, since
Oh
Part
my
3 has
God.
far more references and definitely a lot more to talk about when it comes to the finer details.
Hell yes.
Be sure to subscribe and click the bell to keep up with the channel.
Can't wait for the Part 3 one. Part 3 is my favourite part anyway, but, like, to get more in depth with the references. Cool.
And join the Hum and Beat Discord to receive updates on new videos and JoJo news. I'd also appreciate if you can support the channel on Patreon. You can receive Discord perks and the opportunity to submit questions. This video's question comes from Blitzwolf. They ask, what is something I think the JoJo anime did better than the manga?
Oh. Okay. Let's go.
Well, good timing, since I actually think the 2012 anime that adapted parts 1 and 2 were better. These were my first ever exposure to JoJo back when the anime hadn't gotten to part 3. I think they're well paced, have a great cast, have music that I think stands above the rest of the adaptation's OSTs, and had a very good balance between having a unique art style but still one that didn't stray too far from the original.
Love that. So, yeah, love that. That was sick. And it's funny that he said that part 1 and 2 were well paced when a lot of people say that part 1 starts off dead slow. You just gotta be patient with it. It's like, I love part 1 and part 2. I think they're absolutely awesome. I prefer the fights in part 1 and 2 to a degree because it's like actual like people and it's really wacky and you got the ham-on system of that. But yeah, cool. I can't wait to check out Stardust Crusaders. Make sure you check out my Etsy shop, link in the description for t-shirts and hoodies that I've designed. And thank you to my patrons. If you want to have your name at the end of every video I upload, link in the description to the Patreon page. $1 a month is all I support channel. It's greatly appreciated. Thank you for that. Thank you all for watching. What do you guys think of that? What do you guys think of this? Click like, subscribe, and leave comments down below. Let me know that I should watch and discuss future videos. I'll see you guys next time.